Hey, this is Mel from How to Unleash Your Inner Guitar Hero, available on school right now, skool.com, and how to play guitars with an s.com. Today we are talking about triad shapes on the top 3 strings, but we're talking about them specifically in a context of using them for a worship band lead guitar setting. Very often when you're in a worship band setting, you don't want to play a lot of fancy licks unless it's called for. A lot of times you are really just supporting the other musicians in the band, maybe another guitar player, keyboardist, definitely the vocalists. So you want to play simple shapes that are musical, that work with the underlying chords. And so that's what we're going to talk about today, as it specifically relates to chords such as F, E flat, B flat, and C minor 7. Again, these are not your typical D, G, A, and E chords that you find in a lot of easier contexts. And a lot of times we play these as bar chords, or you get a capo. But we're not going to do either of those things today. We're going to talk about how to play them as simple 3-note shapes, top 3 strings of the guitar. And so stick around for that and enjoy. One of the people in my group on school, skool.com, Unleash Your Inner Guitar Hero, asked me about chords for a worship context. And he said specifically he's looking for chords for F, B flat, E flat, and C minor. Now, typically these chords are played as bar chords, okay? You know, there's F and B flat and E flat, right? And C minor or C minor here. And those are all great voicings, but they don't help a lead guitarist in a creative way, okay? Because no one wants to be bogged down by these types of big chords in a worship context or any kind of lead guitar context, especially when a lot of times you have another guitar player that's playing the same chords, usually with a capo, you know, and he's playing bigger strummed chords, and you want something really simple that you can put on top that's musical. Okay, so the easiest way to start this is to just focus on the top 3 strings of some of the most common chord shapes that you know, and go from there. And what these are these are triads. Now, all the chords that you play, a major, minor, either augmented or diminished sometimes also, but those are all based on triads, 3-note chords. So, for example, if I play an F chord, a big F chord, really I'm just playing 3 notes over and over again, F, A, and C. But, and you can do that, by the way, you can play just those 3 notes. But I often recommend playing the top 3 strings, especially in a worship context. So like this, so I'd actually play A, C, and F, just these top 3 strings here, okay? And this is a movable shape, so if I want to go from F, I could go to F to B flat here, okay? And this actually puts the 3rd in the bass. That's what we call, in music theory, we call that the first inversion, because there's root position, which is with the root in the bass, and then there's first inversion with the 3rd in the bass, where the 3rd is the lowest note, second inversion with the 5th on the bass. So here's another great example. This is like a D shape. So if I've got this D chord, right, and I want to play E flat, I can just take it up a half step. The problem is, though, that I can't play any open strings, but in a worship context, that's okay, or in a lead guitar kind of context. Now, I could put the D with it, makes it an E flat major 7 with D in the bass, the 7th, which is the 3rd inversion chord. It's a little bit more dissonant. That's not always very useful, so we're not going to do that. But we got this E flat chord here, and to get to F, I just go up 2 frets or a whole step to F here, okay? And that's a really easy thing to do from E flat to F, okay? And then, by the way, if I play the D string, it actually becomes a D minor 7. Sometimes that's useful as well. Now, we were talking about like the F to the B flat move here, all right? And then we have F and E flat. Now, if I want to make this E flat major chord a C minor, all I have to do is change 1 note, this B flat to a C, and I have a C minor here in root position, C, E flat, and G, literally the triad of C minor. So I've got E flat, C minor, and F, all within a pretty close proximity, as well as B flat. And this is more of a jazz concept, but one of the things I like to do is try to keep the top notes of each of those chords close. It gives you a little bit of a melodic edge when you're playing these chords, so that you're not just playing random notes, but you can actually like almost create like little melodies. Right, whatever the song is or whatever the context is, but it's just as an example. So E flat, F, C minor, B flat. Now here's another E flat. This is based off the bigger shape that's normally played here, the bar chord. Okay, but this is at the top 3 notes, and this is actually the triad also. This is E flat, G, and B flat in root position. Okay, now I've got the F, E flat. Now if I want to do C minor, I'm going to just change again this B flat here to a C. So I've got these 3 notes. That's a C minor. And then I can use that same F shape I used earlier for a B flat up here. Okay, so now I've got F, E flat, C minor, F, B flat, E flat, C minor, B flat. Here's E flat with the 3rd on the bass. This is based off of the full bar chord, right? Just the top 3. And if that's E flat, this is F. And this is B flat. By the way, this is B flat as well, right? Like a full B flat would be here. Well, if I just play the top 3 notes, it's a B flat right there. So I could go F, B flat, C minor to E flat. Whatever the progression is, I don't know without looking at the song, the particular song. F, B flat, E flat, C minor, B flat, E flat, B flat, E flat, and then up here I have F and B flat, okay, and E flat. All right, so it gives you some really cool shapes on the top 3 strings to play in a lead guitar context, typically in a worship setting, but it can be used in other settings too. And you can literally just arpeggiate these. Right? They can also be used in a like a reggae or a ska type of situation, you know. Right? They're very useful for all kinds of contexts. Just the top 3 strings, triads, and I hope you enjoy those. And this is Mel from How to Play Guitars and Unleash Your Inner Guitar Hero, available on School right now, skool.com. Come check it out. We've got a lot of great people in this group from all over the world and all over the country. It's a small group right now, but even with that being said, there's literally quite a diversity within the group. People that I've personally known in my own journey as a musician and so forth, and also complete strangers that have come into the group from all over the world, Germany and Australia, Canada, you name it, Hawaii. So come check it out and be a part of the group on School. Unleash Your Inner Guitar Hero. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.